Good morning, dear students. Now we are going to be discuss about the cell wall. So in this section, we are going to be discuss how the plant cell is made up. And so this is the in plant cell the addition to that plasma membrane. In the later we are going to be discuss what are the components of cell wall, and before then this we are also going to be discuss about the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is going to be made up of the protein and lipid, and so we have another rigid outer covering is called the cell wall. Okay, so in plants, so other than plasma membrane, so an extra the rigid covering is present, that is called the cell wall. It is absent in the animal cell, and the cell wall lie in the outside the plasma membrane. So plant cell wall is the mainly composed of the cellulose. Okay, cellulose that polysaccharide that are the fibrous in nature, and so it is the what do you mean of polysaccharide? Poly it means many, and saccharide it means sugar. When that number of sugar molecule is going to be joined to each other, then the formation of cellulose, and it is going to be composed by the pectin and hemicellulose that are also present with the cellulose for the provide the rigidity to the cell wall. As you know, cell wall is that non-living in nature, and it is permeable to that all material to go inside and outside of the cell. So it not show the permeability, not show that the semi-permeable. So cellulose is the complex substance and provide the strength, structural strength to the plants. Okay, so when a living plant cell loses the water through the osmosis, you know we are going to be discussed earlier than this. What is osmosis? The movement of water molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration through the semi-permeable membrane. So there is the shrinkage or contract of the content of the cell away from the cell wall, that is called the plasmolysis. Okay, suppose this is the cell and that have the cell wall. This is that cell. When it is the lost the water, then it is the leave the cell wall, and that form like this. So that is the shrinkage is going to takes place by the loss, by the process of loss of water from the cell. That process is called the exoosmosis, and it is called the plasmolysis, when that the cell content is going to be shrink. And similarly, when it is the gain the water, in the endoosmosis is going to takes place, then cell again is going to be the swell and form like this, and so that is called the deplasmolysis. Clear what is the plasmolysis and what is the deplasmolysis? Here in the plasmolysis, shrinkage of cell content, but in case of deplasmolysis, that is swelling of cell. Okay, so that is the cell wall is do not the, so the process of osmosis, because it that permeable to that all material come inside and go outside the cell. So again it appears that only the living cell, not the dead cell, are able to that absorb the water by osmosis. Okay, so that living cells, so this the process of osmosis, and cell wall is permit to that cell plants, fungi and bacteria withstand very dilute or hypotonic solution. And we know what is the hypotonic solution, when the medium have higher water concentration to compared to the cell. So that is called the hypotonic solution. In hypotonic solution, the cell tend to take up water by the osmosis, by the process of endoosmosis, and then cell is going to be swell up and build up the pressure against the wall. Okay, so when the cell is going to be swell, then is going to exert the pressure to cell wall of the cell, and again cell wall is also going to be exert a pressure on the content of cell. So that is there are the exert equal pressure against the swollen cell because of their wall. Okay, so both cytoplasm as well as that cell wall is going to exert the equal pressure on each other. Okay, so this is that reason the shape of cell is going to be maintained. The plant cell can withstand with a much greater chance change in the surrounding medium than animal cell.